What up, y'all? It's your boy JKG Brandon back here on Diablo 4 in the open beta on my Barb. So I'm gonna give like final thoughts on what I believe about the Barb. Here it is as of time of recording. It's roughly about midnight for me, and as soon as I go to bed tonight, the open beta is over for me because the day job says, I can't play Diablo 4 open beta while I'm on the clock for work. So we're just gonna have to try to get as much in as we can tonight. I did a little bit more grinding. You can see here, I got full legendaries all across the board on the Barb. I went a little bit hard on a couple things. I just updated my ability tree recently here, like last probably 30 minutes or so, and this has been the most substantial that I've felt the Barbarian since playing it. All day last weekend on Saturday, a bunch this weekend on Saturday, yesterday, and then a little bit today. This has been the best build that not necessarily the best build, but the build that has felt the most complete. We can kind of see here, I went hard on the Flay to get bleeding, and then came up here to get combat Flay so we could get thorns, so we can get those, so we can do thorns damage. So it's not quite like a full-on thorns build. Definitely don't have the gear for a full-on thorns build. Upheaval has been a revelation today. Upheaval gives us a ton of damage. It slaps really hard, and we get a nice little CC off of it sometimes too. Come in here, I went for the Furious Upheaval, so we got a little bit more extra damage. You can definitely come with the one that's going to give you the Violent Upheaval. It's going to give you Berserking after you use it. I just went for straight up more damage on it. I kind of skipped over a bunch of these. I got a couple of these for, you can kind of see in blue, pieces of gear that you have equipped can give you those stats. I went with Rallying Cry and took that over to the Tactical Rallying Cry to give Fury Generation Drain, the Rallying Cry, and then also Challenging Shout, and I took that down to gain thorns that are going to be equal to 50% of my maximum HP. So the thorns are going to do a bit more damage there. The part that really made this feel a lot better was coming down here and getting all three into swiftness. Just running around town has been so much better. You're so much quicker when you max out all three of those. I did not go with quick impulses because that's just going into control and parrying skill effects. So when we're getting stunned, we're just going to be stunned a little bit less. Didn't really think that was going to be massively necessary on a short form, only having 25 skills that we can max out with, right? Came over here to do Booming Voice, so we get extra, all of our shout skills, our War Cry, our Rallying Cry, all of that, Challenging Shout. Those are going to be a little bit longer, and then also we're going to take a little bit less damage when we use Guttural Yell off of that as well. Was able to get Rupture with some skill points from gear. Same with Steel Grasp. And then the last point I had went right into Wrath of the Berserker. I'll kind of come back over here to the character, and we'll bring up our skill tree here. You can kind of see all the available skills, but we went ahead and I'll bring up my controller here. We'll kind of hop out here. So the base attack is still going to be our Flay. So we're going to do a lot of damage with our Flay. Right to, we're going to use that what is it called? The Iron Skin is what I put on just to get a little bit more of a defensive mode for when I go up against some harder stuff, especially as a melee class. We're going to get outnumbered really easily. So we're going to take a lot of damage really quickly. You can kind of see we're getting a lot of those thorn procs, when we're, getting some defensive stuff, right? Thorns are going to help out a lot. Upheaval. So Upheaval, you can see right there, it spawns spawns one of our ancient brethren off to the side, and he does a second one. So we're getting two procs out of that for the price of one. And it does slap, guys. It absolutely slaps. It is one of the harder hitting skills on the barbarian that we do have. So I've had a lot of fun with that just here recently, and it's definitely something that we're looking at, different builds. I haven't really taken the opportunity to go real hard on looking at builds themselves, but yeah, this has been kind of the one that I've been kind of settled on. You can kind of see here, we're going to taunt everybody, we're going to bring everybody in. Let's go ahead and pop everything we have, and we're going to just take everybody out as fast as we can. The upheaval has been really good. You can kind of see we're not taking a ton of damage because of the iron skin that we have, and yeah, it's a nice fun one. But maxing out the sprint speed has been the part that has been, honestly, the skills, these skills, I kind of want to go with a hybrid and run frenzy as the main skill, just because I feel like running frenzy is just more my speed, moving around and stuff. I really like the mobility that frenzy gives you. Flay is one of those, it's a heavy skill. It hits hard. It definitely hits hard. It still gives us bleed. It's gonna give us the bleed, so we're doing some damage over time, especially when we come into bosses. That's gonna be really big. But overall, final thoughts, I don't think barbarian is as bad as I initially thought. With getting the 3 points maxed into our movement speed, I think that is gonna be the biggest thing for us as barbarians, because we're going to be able to do some really good work with that. And then upheaval is probably one of our better skills as far as just damage goes. I haven't seen anything personally that has done more damage than upheaval. Iron Maelstrom is one that is really nice. We'll bring it up on the ability tree here. Iron Maelstrom, you get like a whip and you do a really massive AoE damaging blow. It does hit pretty well as well. So if there's a way to maybe combine, if later in the game, right, when we get a lot more skill points to use, maybe coming down with this tree and then adding in that Iron Maelstrom instead of the iron skin, I think that could be a really fun option. Definitely does a good amount of damage, and it is a massive like the area of effect. I don't know if you can see my mouse here. It will basically go for most of the screen for you. It is incredibly large area of effect, where a lot of the other ones, even our other skills that have good damage, like the upheaval specifically. Like upheaval, I think upheaval is one of, if not the hardest hitting skills in the game as of right now in the beta. However, you have to be a barb to run upheaval, and I think not necessarily just the fact that it hits the hardest is necessarily the best reason to be a barb and to run that. I think Necro and Sorcerer are going to be doing more damage faster than a barb can do. I think as we start playing, as the full game gets released, and as we are able to really dig in and go in and really theory craft some of these skills and combinations of skills, I think hybrid builds are going to be the way to go with this. and I really think the Barb has the potential to shine, especially if we can figure out a way to effectively maybe combine Thorns with Wrath of the Berserker with Upheaval and the Iron Maelstrom. We might have a way to combine all those and do a ton of damage against bosses and just massive mobs, especially in those dungeons where you actually have to clear all the enemies instead of just going and, you know, bypassing the mobs, the trash mobs, and going straight to the bosses. A Barb with that massive area of effect damage like that, we could really come in handy in a situation like that where we have to just maybe group everybody up real quick and then just smash them down with a couple skills, and then we're, you know, on our way up. So that just kind of my final thoughts on the open beta with the Barb. Final thoughts on the open beta itself. Before I get into the Barb itself, open beta was a success in my eyes. Blizzard just released some numbers, you know, it's something like 22.5 to 6.8 million unique players. So not just, you know, the same players logging in over and over again, even though we all know how many times we've all had to log in and out because of, you know, crashes and things like that. Good thing is it's just a beta. Definitely there's a lot of work to be done. I think the bones for a really successful and long-term game are here. I think there's a lot of room for progression on all the characters. I did get a chance to go ahead and play all of the characters I made. I have a barbarian, I have a druid, I have a necromancer, a rogue, and a sorcerer. I enjoyed all 5 classes. I was not expecting that, to be completely honest. I was expecting to hate playing as a necromancer. I was expecting to hate playing as a sorcerer, just because I typically am a melee type person. Just give me a big hammer, let me go face tank, and let me go hit myself against the wall a few times while you guys sit back and, you know, do all the real damage. However, I really enjoyed necromancer, summoning all the mages and the bone skeleton warriors and everything. That was really fun. Corpse explosions were really satisfying. Sorcerer just kind of seems like a broken build. Sorcerer has a lot of crazy things that are available. Druid, I actually played a lot yesterday, and Druid was really fun. Possibly the most fun that I've had in the entire open beta, both weekends playing it. And I think the Druid might be it might be my favorite class coming out of the beta. Barbarian, definitely this last hour or so of gameplay has definitely kind of changed my mind, maxing out the movement speed, because before I was just really trying to unlock as many skills as I could just to try to stack my skill tree and try to, you know, test out different skills. This last hour or so has been really kind of trying to dig in and pick and choose a couple to really just kind of push into. And it kind of redeemed itself for me quite a bit there. And then last but not least, the rogue. I played a little bit of rogue today. Kind of got sidetracked because we were in a Discord call trying to do something a little special. I believe our boy Chosen is going to be having a video coming out on that very soon, and I hope you guys like that because it was a lot of fun to put together. But I kind of scrapped my rogue for a little while, and then took a break to eat, and then got kind of the beta got me. The beta bug got me again, and I was having trouble getting back into the game. However, I had a lot of fun with the rogue. The rogue seems highly mobile, where the barbarian pumping skill points into mobility made it feel a lot better for me. The rogue just naturally has that mobility to it, and it made it really enjoyable. So I think the rogue is going to be a class that a lot of people are going to enjoy playing just for that reason. So yeah, as a whole, the beta, both weekends of the beta in my mind were massive successes. I had a ton of fun playing all the different classes. Barbarian specifically in this one, because I am a Barb guy, you know, That's kind of my brand. I enjoy the Barb. I'm glad that I gave it another shot this evening before calling it, quits on the beta, because I really actually feel like it kind of redeemed itself, going hard into upheaval, going hard into mobility, going hard into thorns, and getting Wrath of the Berserker has really made it feel a lot more substantial, where the strikes actually feel like they're doing something instead of just kind of tapping on something and then having to kite and run around and just keep tapping and run around, keep tapping and run around until you finally kill it. I feel like I'm actually, with the mobility to get in and out and then the upheaval doing a ton of damage, I feel like I'm able to actually have fun playing the Barb again, which is awesome, and it has me very excited for June when the full release comes out. I hope you guys are excited for Diablo 4, the full release, because the beta was really fun. Had a lot of fun getting together with all the homies, Chosen, Trigger Happy John, Veiled Shot, BGE, the list goes on. Anybody that has come in and out of our Discord, Aftershock United Discord, I'll go ahead and leave the link in the description below. If you guys want to join our community that we're building, have a good time, a lot of good people, hang out, find groups, theory craft, all that kind of stuff. We're all about that, and I hope you guys enjoy the game as much as we've enjoyed the open beta, because we all had a lot of fun playing it, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well and come along for the ride. I will be doing a main Barb on Diablo 4. I will be playing all classes, so I'm not going to pigeonhole myself into just playing Barbarian. I will be playing all 5 classes. However, I will be maining a Barb, just because I feel like it kind of redeemed itself for me, and I'm happy about that, because I love Barbarian in general. I don't think I have anything else to say. Let me know in the comments below, what character are you most excited to play? Are you most excited to main a sorcerer? Are you gonna main a necro? Are you gonna main a druid? Are you are you gonna main a barb? Are you gonna join Barb gang with me? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear your guys' thoughts and what way you're planning on going with it. So let me know down there, and I will see you in the next Diablo video, whether it is Diablo 4 related or Diablo Immortal related. But I will be putting out more in the coming weeks, and I will see you soon. Love you guys. Peace.